everybody, and welcome to Tiger Stadium in Detroit. This is Don Valentino, along with Bill Rizzuto, Bill White, Frank Messer. This afternoon, the New York Yankees will meet the Detroit Tigers for the third time in the four-game weekend series between the two ball clubs. The Yankees, having lost a heartbreaker coming from behind last night to fall short 10-9. So the four-game series is evened up now. Each team has won a game. The Yankees won the first game on Thursday night, 9-2, behind Catfish Hunter, who won his 10th game of the season against 6 defeats as the Yankees defeated Ray Bear. And last night, the starter and loser was Rudy May. He's now 7-3. And the winner for the Tigers, Vern Rule, who is 6-3. He needed help from the ace reliever of the Tigers staff, who almost didn't do it, namely John Hiller. This afternoon, it'll be the all-time left-handed strikeout king, Mickey Lolich, who comes into the game with a record of 2-0, and he'll be battling Pat Dobson. Pat Dobson has a record of 7-5, and Pat against Detroit last season won 1, lost 2, and this season he is 0-1 against the Tigers. Lifetime, Pat Dobson is 6-9 against Detroit. Detroit, by the way, is the ball club that Dobson broke into the major leagues with. And his adversary this afternoon, Mickey Lolich, has a record of 7-4, an earned run average of 3.61. Last season against the Yankees, he was 2-2. This season against the Yankees, he is 2-0, having defeated the Yankees twice and also Catfish Hunter twice in April. Lifetime against the Yanks, he's 23-25. Lolich has more wins over the Yankees, 23, but he also has more losses to New York, 25, than any active pitcher. Mickey is the Tiger career leader in starts with 440, in strikeouts 2,591, and in shutouts with 39. And for Lolich, as we mentioned, he is the all-time southpaw strikeout leader with a career total of 2,591. And that, by the way, puts him 5th on the all-time list. He is also the winningest left-hander in Detroit Tiger history. So the Yankees have got to defeat a very good pitcher here today to continue winning. The Yankees, by virtue of the heartbreaking loss last night to the Tigers, fell another game behind the division-leading Boston Red Sox, who defeated Baltimore 4-3 in 12 innings. The Red Sox were losing 2-0 going into the ninth, came up with 3 runs, and then went on to win the ball game. The Red Sox now have a record of 36-24. The Yankees are 35-29. The Yankees 3 back, 5 back in the loss column. The game here today, the third game in the four-game weekend series, the finale of the four-game series tomorrow afternoon, and Larry Gura, a left-hander for the Yankees, slated to pitch. His record is 1-1. He'll go against right-hander Tom Walker, who has a record of 2-4. The lineups for today's game for the Detroit Tigers: Ron LaFleur will lead off and play center field. Batting second and playing second base, Gary Sutherland. Dan Meyer will bat third. He'll be in left field today. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Willie Horton. Batting fifth and playing right field, Leon Roberts. Jack Pierce will be at first base, and he will bat sixth. Batting seventh and playing third base, Aurelio Rodriguez. Behind the plate and batting eighth, Johnny Walkenfuss. Tom Verizor will be at shortstop. He will bat ninth. And on the mound for the Tigers, as we mentioned, the veteran southpaw, Mickey Lolich, with a record of 7-4. For the Yankees today, Walt Williams will lead off, and he will be in center field. Batting second, playing right field, Alex Johnson. In left field, batting third, switch hitting, Roy White. Batting fourth, the man that leads the American League in hits, Thurm Munson. Also the fourth leading hitter in the American League at .340. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Bobby Bonds. Batting sixth, the hottest man in baseball today, Greg Nettles, hitting at .290. He has 12 homers, 48 RBIs, so he now is second to Fredland of the Red Sox in RBIs. Batting seventh and playing first base is Chris Chambliss. At shortstop, batting eighth, Ed Brinkman. Batting ninth and playing second base, Sandy Alomar. And on the mound for the Yankees today, Pat Dobson. He has a record of 7-5, and Pat, for the second time, will try and win his 100th career victory in the Major League. The umpires for today's game, behind the plate, Armando Rodriguez. At first base, Bill Haller. Rich Garcia will be at second base. And at third base, Ron Luciano. Good crowd here today at Tiger Stadium to see the game between the Yankees and the Tigers. Tigers lead the series this season 5 wins to 4. They won the season series last year 11-7. We have an all-girls chorus between the mound and home plate, and they're about to sing the national anthem for us. And there are a lot of youngsters here today. The Yankees, after the series with the Tigers, will move on to meet the Baltimore Orioles next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then go from the frying pan to the stove. They've got the Red Sox coming up the following weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games. They'll wind up this long road trip with Milwaukee and then Cleveland, returning to Shea Stadium to meet the Baltimore Orioles once again on Friday night, July the 4th. And that's a big weekend coming up at Shea Stadium. The July 4th weekend. Friday night, July 4th, and on Saturday night, the 5th, and then on the 6th of July, Sunday. And incidentally, 35 Miss Universe candidates will be at Shea Stadium on Friday night, July 4th, as a prelude to the Miss Universe pageant to be held in El Salvador on July 19th. Ladies from every country, entries into the Miss Universe contest, will be distributing all-star ballots to fans of the Yankee-Baltimore game, kicking off the holiday weekend. And the Yankees have, as we've mentioned several times, a record 7 on the ballot. Chris Chambliss, Sandy Alomar, Greg Nettles, Thurm Munson, Elliot Maddox, and Lou Piniella. And, of course, you can write in a candidate, and a very likely choice has to be Roy White, who, since coming back into the lineup as a starter, has performed well. The Tigers now take the field as we get ready for the singing of the national anthem and the start of the action between the Yankees and the Tigers. Game 3 of a 4-game weekend series between the two ball clubs. Fourth and final game tomorrow starts at 1:30. We'll be on the air on the Yankee Baseball Network at 1:15. Right now, join us for the national anthem. beautifully done. And the girls were joined by a group of men at the last moment, so the mixed chorus went out very, very well. Yankees have the Tigers this afternoon. Third game of a 4-game weekend series between the two ball clubs. The Yankees wind up the 4-game series tomorrow afternoon here at Tiger Stadium. And Bill White, for the Yankees to win today, they're going to have to beat one of the great veteran left-handers, Mickey Lolich.
Yeah, Mickey Lolich will be out. He's 2-0 so far this year against the New York Yankees. Both those victories in opposition of Catfish Hunter. Lolich is beginning to zero in on just about all the Tiger records, pitching records, and a lot of the records in the big leagues. Mickey's won 201 ball games. I believe that's one more than Tiger left-hander Hal Newhouser, whom a lot of the old-timers remember. They used to call him Prince Hal, a very stylish left-hander. They use baseball vernacular. So Lolich out taking his warm-up throws into Johnny Watkinfuss. Walt Williams getting loose in the on-deck circle. And this ball game will get underway in a couple of minutes. Looking at the standings in the American League in the East, the Yankees now 3 games behind the first place Boston Red Sox. Yankees played good baseball tonight after falling behind 7-0. They came back and finally lost it by a score of 10-9. And talking to Greg Nettles on the pregame TV slot, Greg said that coming back like that really got the Yankees hepped up. Should they have lost 10-3, they would have come back maybe with their heads down a little bit, a little dragging, but coming back and hitting the ball and coming within a base hit or two of winning that ball game. They're coming out here ready for the bingo this afternoon. New York Yankee Baseball is a production of Manchester Broadcasting Productions Incorporated, which is contracted for and has exclusive rights to the broadcast of these games, including the selection of the announcers with approval by the New York Yankees and by this station. Well, Lolich has finished his warm-up throws, and Walt Williams, the Yankee center fielder, steps in. Walt bats right-handed. He's batting .290. 2 home runs and 10 runs batted in. So far this series, he's 4 for 6. Walt got in the first ball game here Thursday night for Kerry Dineen, who pulled a leg muscle. He's filled in admirably. The ball game is underway, and the first pitch is a called strike. Armando Rodriguez umpiring behind the plate. Bill Haller at first base. Richie Garcia at second. And Ron Luciano at third. Fastball is fouled back, and that'll be in the upper deck. And the count runs 2 strikes now on Walt Williams. What was that report on Ron LaFleur?
His second game of the season because of a stiff neck. He missed one on April 13th, Bill.
And Mickey Stanley, of course, in center field, replacing Ron LaFleur. Pitch to Williams is too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball game just underway from Tiger Stadium, the third game of a 4-game series. Tigers won last night. Yankees won the opener here Thursday night. Lolich rocks, kicks, and deals a 1-2 pitch. Williams hits it on the ground, base hit right field. Walt Williams serving one out to right field. And quickly, the right fielder Leon Roberts, he gets the ball back in the second base. And Walter Williams has picked up the first base hit of the ball game, leading off here in the top of the first. That'll bring on Alex Johnson. Johnson playing right field this afternoon. He's batting .275. No home runs, 13 runs batted in. Players call him AJ. And he's home here in Detroit. Jack Pierce holding on Walt Williams as Walt moves off first. The rest of the infield back looking for 2. Lolich looks for his sign. Stops at the belt. Goes to first base, and they almost pick Williams off. They caught Williams leaning towards second base. Lolich does not have that good a move to first base. But Walter was almost caught leaning too far towards second. Ball games today. Boston playing at Baltimore again. Now the pitch to Johnson on the outside corner for a strike. Lolich does not seem to be throwing hard this afternoon. He's more or less spotting the ball. Normally he just rears back and lets go, and he's taking a lot of time between pitches. Now he sets, checks Williams, Pitch to the plate. Swung on and missed. No ball. 2 strikes on Johnson. Alex trying to go to the right side. Tigers play him straight away. Not too deep in the outfield. Rodriguez, the third baseman. Verizor, the shortstop. At second base is Gary Sutherland. Jack Pierce holding Williams at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch now to Johnson. Swung on, hit foul outside third. Williams halfway down to second base will have to go back. The outfield of Danny Meyer in left field. Mickey Stanley playing center field. And Leon Roberts out in right. Wind blowing toward left field here at Tiger Stadium. Down the left field line is 340 feet. 365 feet in the power alley. 440 straight away center. Now Lolich sets. And the 0-2 delivery to Johnson. Swung on and missed, struck him out. One away now as Mickey Lolich chalks up his first strikeout of the ball game. And for Lolich, that's his 52nd strikeout in 90 innings. And that'll bring on Roy White, the left fielder. White so far this series is 4 for 11. He's hit a home run. He's driven in 5 runs. He's batting overall .313. 6 home runs, 26 runs batted. And the switch hitter, he's in right-handed against Lolich. And he takes high for ball. This ballpark has been good to Roy White. He likes to hit here, as do most hitters. It's a cozy park. Excellent background, all green. Now Lolich looks for a sign. Checks the runner. 1 ball, no strike pitch. A breaking ball. It's a call strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Slow curveball from Lolich. Doesn't often throw the ball slow. He's usually all hard stuff. Hard curve, hard fastball, sinker. Now he's out on the mound looking around. Mickey pitching very slowly. Likes the sign. Checks Williams off first. 1-1 pitch to White. Popped back up on the screen. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. We're just underway from Tiger Stadium. No score in the ball game. Mickey Lolich against Pat Dobson. Now Lolich gets a new baseball, goes back to the rosin bag. I've never seen him pitch this slowly, Tom Valentino. Normally he's a little faster worker than he is this afternoon.
Getting deliberate in his old age?
Well, I don't know. So far this year, he's been doing something right. He's won 7 and lost 4. Maybe that's the reason. 1-2 delivery now to White. Swung on, hit on the ground is short. Up with a Verizor. The Sutherland for 1. Back to first, and it's a double play. Roy White still bothered by that full hamstring. Anytime he hits the ball on the ground, it'll be almost certain 2. He bounces out 6-4 to 3. No runs to hit, and because of the double play, nobody was left on base. At the end of the happening, the Yankees nothing, and the Tigers coming up.
Well, don't miss the week-long Schaefer 500 Festival at Pocono, Pennsylvania. Come see celebrity golf and tennis tournaments. Enjoy the pole position dinner, dance and show featuring Tommy Dorsey's orchestra, Enzo Suardi, and Lana Cantrell. In addition, appearances during Festival Week by Phil Foster, Corbett Monica, and Arthur Godfrey. For tickets and information about these and many other exciting events, visit your local Ticketron outlet. Don't miss the Schaefer 500 Festival beginning Monday, June 23rd. From Schaefer, the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Just in case you've wondered why Schaefer is the more than one beer, just plain more experience is part of it. It takes experience to make any beer, but it's taken 2 centuries of brewing experience to make Schaefer. You see, more experience helps give Schaefer that special something more, that smooth, mellow flavor that keeps coming on beer after frosty beer. More experience is one reason, but of course there's more than one reason behind the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Yankee baseball at work.
This is WQBK, AM and FM in Rensselaer, New York, where every morning, Monday through Friday, you'll enjoy Breakfast with Bill Edwardson. And from 11 to 4, Monday through Friday, call on the phone. This is Steve Fitz, host of Focus on QBK.
Shutout. The Dobbers won 7 and lost 5. His ERA 3.21. have to face Mickey Stanley, Gary Sutherland, and Danny Meyer here in the bottom half of the first inning. Yankees did not score in the top of the first. Stanley playing because the regular center fielder for the Detroit Tigers, Ron LaFleur, has been scratched. With Mickey's 3-run home run in the 7th of last night's ball game against Dave Pagan that iced that ball game for the Detroit Tigers. Chops this one foul outside of third, and he breaks his bat. He'll get a new one. Stanley, so far this year, is batting .250. He's only been up 56 times. He has 14 hits, 3 doubles, no triples. He hit his second home run last night, and he now has 8 runs batted in. Yankees playing the pull in the infield, straight away in the outfield. Dauber looking for a sign from Munson. Doesn't like the first one. Now he's ready. Rocks, kicks, and deals now. The 0-1 delivery. Sidearm sliders high. It's a ball and a strike. Other games this afternoon. Boston at Baltimore. Minnesota at Chicago. Milwaukee playing Cleveland tonight. Texas playing California. And the Royals playing in Oakland. 1-1 delivery to Stanley. Big overhand curveball is fouled off. And that'll be all on top of the seats and out of the park. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mickey Stanley. Check that. Yes, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Dauber with a new baseball. 1-2 pitch. Sidearm curveball. Bounce right back up the middle. Through Dobson's legs out over second base. It's a base hit. Stanley leading off with a single up the middle, and that'll bring on Gary Sutherland, the second baseman. They call him Suds. He's batting at .251, 3 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Sutherland had been out until 5 games ago with an injured leg. He's come back in. He has a 5-game hitting streak going. Moving on deck is Danny Meyer, the left fielder. Ralph Houck of the Tigers going with just 2 left-handed hitters in his lineup. Throw the first base, and Stanley's back. Stanley doesn't have that much quickness, but he's a pretty good base runner. That's Mickey Stanley, who's on force for the Tigers here. Leadoff single. Now the set. And the pitch to Sutherland. Sliders right in there for a called strike. Chambliss holding on Stanley. The other infielder's back looking for 2. As the dollar sets. Checks Stanley at first base, kicks and deals, a pitch out, and nobody moves. It's a ball and a strike now on Sutherland. Yankees have turned over 55 double plays so far this year. Their opposition has turned 72. Here's the 1-1 pitch. The runner's going. Fastball's inside. Throw the second. They've got him. Eddie Brinkman, Yankee shortstop, slaps the tag on Mickey Stanley as he slides into second base. The put out 2-6. And the count now on Sutherland, 2-1. That ball was up and in on Gary. He couldn't swing at it. Had to get out of the way. And Munson threw a strike to second base. Well, there's 1 down now. As Dauber kicks with the 2-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to second base. Alomar's there. Digs it out. Flips to first base. They're 2 outs. We're in the bottom half of the first inning. No score in the ball game as Danny Meyer, the left fielder, steps in. He's batting at .244. 4 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Yankees 3 games behind Boston. The Brewers 5.5 games out. Baltimore 8.5. Detroit 10. And Cleveland 13. As Meyer takes down low. Over in the West, Oakland has a 2.5 game lead over Kansas City. 6.5 over the Texas Rangers. 8 over Minnesota. 9 over California. And 12 over the Chicago White Sox. Here's a 1-0 pitch now to Meyer. Overhand curveball is swung on and missed. It's 1-1. That Billy Martin's got to be raging down in Texas. The ball club came up with 3 runs to go ahead in extra innings, but the Meyer hits one in the air, pops up in the shallow right. Coming on is Alex Johnson. He's waiting, he's there, and he's got it for out number 3. finish that story, the California Angels came up with 4 in the bottom half of that extra inning ball game, and they beat the Texas Rangers.
Wow.
For the Tigers, here in the first, no runs on 1 hit. That man was caught stealing, so nobody was left on base. At the end of 1, there's no score.
Well, you'll definitely want to be at Shea Stadium for the July 4th weekend. Friday, July 4th, the 5th on Saturday, and the 6th on Sunday. Those 3 days will be filled with the best baseball you can see, and we've got some real surprises in store. All-Star balloting takes on an added dimension on the 4th of July, as 35 of the world's most beautiful women will be distributing ballots to the fans. That's right. 35 of the Miss Universe candidates will be circulating the stands on the 4th with all-star ballots to help fans vote their favorite player into the game at County Stadium in Milwaukee on July the 15th. Tickets to Yankee home games are on sale throughout the season. The Yankee Shea Stadium ticket office open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and weekends from 9 to 5. Nothing to nothing as we get ready now to go to the top half of the second inning. And you were talking about that ball game, Bill. I can just imagine what Billy Martin was like to live with later.
Well, while we're talking about other news in baseball, Fritz Peters, former Yankee left-hander, hurt his pitching hand on a tractor accident on his farm in Cleveland, Ohio, outside Cleveland, Ohio, and he's been placed on the 21-day disabled list. I didn't know that Fritz was a farmer. Here's Thurman Munson against Mickey Lolich, top of the second, no score in the ball game. Munson hits one to shortstop. Nice hop for Verizon. Long throw to first base in time. Munson, first ball hitting, bounces out 6-3. That'll bring on the Yankee designated hitter, Bobby Bonds. Bonds came off the bench last night and pinch hit for Jim Mason. And hit his 16th home run of the year into the right field seats. Bobby batting at .244, 16 home runs and 42 runs batted in. Still bothered by that sore right knee. It'll be a while before he can use the leather in the outfield. Lolich rocks, kicks and deals the first pitch to Bonds. The breaking ball is high. Moving on deck, Greg Nettles. The 1-0 delivery to Bonds. Curveball, line, base hit left field. Bobby limping toward first base as Meyer over near the line gets the ball and gets it back in. Base hit number 2 for the Yankees against the Mickey Lolich and the Detroit Tigers. Bobby Bonds on at first base with 1 out, and here's Greg Nettles, the Yankee third baseman. Nettles is batting .290, 12 home runs, and he's got his RBI total up to 48. He's 6 for 8 in the series, a couple of home runs and 5 runs batted in. Left-handed batter against Lolich. Now Lolich sets. Pierce playing behind Bonds. Fastball is popped foul over our heads. That'll be on top of the stand. 1 strike to count on Nettles. It's a shame that Bonds has lost his speed with that bad knee. You'd never play behind him. Tigers realizing Bonds' leg is very sore, have Jack Pierce way behind Bonds. Bobby had 15 stolen bases when he hurt that leg. He'd been cut down 7 times. 1 strike pitch is too high. It's a ball to strike on Nettles. Outfield and infield swung around toward right field. Top of the second, no score. Bobby Bonds at first base with 1 out. Time's called now. Walkenfuss, the catcher, checking his glove out along with Armando Rodriguez, the umpire. That Walkenfuss has been a real surprise for the Detroit Tigers. Bill Freehand's ready to play, but he's done such a great job, this kid Walkenfuss has, that Freehand can't get back in the lineup. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Nettles. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Well, they've played an inning in Chicago. Minnesota nothing, the White Sox nothing. Check the pictures for you in that Boston-Baltimore game. For Boston, it's Dick Pole. 2-1 pitch to Nettles is swung on and missed, and the count's all even, 2-2. And for Baltimore, it's Jim Palmer. Remember, Pohl just pitched a shutout a few weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago, so there shouldn't be too much scoring in that ball game. Dick Pohl against Jim Palmer, Boston at Baltimore. Now Lolich backs off as Walkenfuss once again works on his glove. And time is called. Bobby Bonds at first base. One man out here in the top of the second. Score of the ball game all tied up. Whoop. There's no score in the ball game. Yankees nothing and the Tigers nothing. Resting on deck is Chris Chambliss. Now Walkenfuss is ready. Lolich looking at his catcher for a sign. Checks Bonds. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back off the glove of Walkenfuss and back to the screen. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, they've played 2 innings now in Chicago. It's Minnesota nothing, the White Sox nothing. Now Lolich with the new baseball. Really taking a lot of time. Now the left-hander sets. And the 2-2 pitch to Nettles. Swung on, looped into center field. That should be a base hit. Stanley coming on. He can't get to it. He has it on the first hop. And Bonds stops at second base. Runners on first and second with back-to-back singles by Bobby Bonds and Greg Nettles. And that'll bring on Yankee first baseman Chris Chambliss. Chambliss has hit the ball hard in both games of this series. He's only 1 for 9 and a run batted in. He's batting .293, 3 home runs. He's driven in 31 runs. He could easily have 6 base hits, but he's only 1 for 9. I guess that's what those guys out there with those gloves are for, Don. Get in the way of ground balls and line drives.
Make them earn their living.
Bonds off second, Nettles off first. Here's the first pitch to Chambliss, and it's up and in a ball. Of course, the Tigers know Bonds cannot run, and should the Chambliss single, unless it's in the gap, Bobby Bonds will have trouble scoring from second base. They're playing Chambliss hit slightly to the opposite field. They play him a little toward left. Lolich likes the sign. Checks the runners. 1 ball pitch to Chambliss. Up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Now Mickey turning it loose just a bit more. Now he's putting a little more steam behind the ball. Rodriguez at third base, but he's wide at third. Verizon the shortstop. Sutherland at second base. And Jack Pierce deep at first. Outfield. Danny Meyer in left, Mickey Stanley in center. Leon Robertson right. They're not too deep. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, popped up behind the plate. Walkenfuss throws the mask away. Shades his eyes from the sun. He's there and he's got it. Chambliss fouls out to the catcher, Johnny Walkenfuss, for out number 2, and listen to this hand for Ed Brinkman when he's announced. He's very popular up here. Brinkman getting his first start against his former teammates. Eddie's batting an even 200. With the Yankees, he's been up 8 times, has 2 hits. He's at 250. Overall, he's been up 10 times with 2 hits. Yankees and Texas Rangers. That brings his batting average down 50 points. The pitch to him is swung on and missed. Asked Eddie how it would feel to face his former teammates for the first time. He said, a little strange. He's used to being behind Lolich at shortstop. Now he's facing him in a gray uniform. Bobby Bonds down at second. Greg Nettles on at first. 2 men out here in the top of the second. No score in the ball game. And here's the pitch now to Brinkman. Slow curve hit back up the middle and kicks off the leg of Lolich out to short left. Bonds hobbling around third. He's going to score. And the Yankees have taken a 1-0 lead. That ball was bounced right back up the middle. It hit Lolich on his leg, and as Verizon, the shortstop, was moving behind second base, the ball caromed into shortstop where Verizon left, went out into shallow left field, and Bonds hobbled around third. He scored. Nettles held at second base, and Brinkman on at first. That'll be a base hit and a run batted in for Ed Brinkman. And the Yankees have a 1-0 lead. Boy, that would be about the only way Bonds could have scored from second base, Tom.
You know, that's really sad. When you say hobbled, for the fans that don't realize, that's an understatement. He really struggled, but he hung right in there and got in. It's a shame because of that great speed that he's got that's being wasted.
And Alomar's then he takes high for a ball. Nettles at second base, Brinkman on at first. 2 men out. Yankees ahead 1-0 with the top of the second. Sandy, a switch hitter, batting right against Lolich. Swings on it, tops it towards short. Verizon has it. He'll go to second for the force there on Eddie Brinkman for out number 3. Yankees pick up a run on the 3-base hit, and they leave 2 men on base. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. The Yankees 1, the Tigers 0.
Now's the time to have your home air conditioned. You know, days with temperatures of 80 degrees and more have been around, and they aren't very comfortable, and they're going to be around for the entire summer. R.D. Marshall has been supplying dealers in the area with air conditioning equipment for 30 years. They know, just like you know and everybody else knows, that every home is different. And your Tappan dealer will see to it that the air conditioning system put in your home fits your needs and will do the job best. You can stay cool this summer with air conditioning in your home. The most efficient and economical system that Tappan has ever made. Air conditioning is also a good capital investment in your home. And you know what? It's the best dehumidifier you can get. So you see your local Tappan dealer soon, because now is the time to have it installed. Tell you what we'll do. You call us here at WQBK, and we'll get you in touch with the Tappan dealer nearest you. And, of course, there is no obligation whatsoever. Our number is 462-5555. You call us. Let your Tappan dealer give you a free estimate on air conditioning your home.
Out front 1-0, and down in Baltimore, the Orioles lead the Red Sox 3-0. That's in the first inning. So Jim Palmer's got 3 runs to work on. The Yankees will be keeping a close eye on that ball game. Willie Horton in the batter's box. Bill.
All right, Dom. Horton batting .247 on the year. He's got 15 home runs. He's driven in 47 runs. It'll be Horton, Roberts, and Jack Pierce against Pat Dobson here in the bottom half of the second inning. Yankees ahead 1-0. Horton takes a breaking ball for a strike. They're playing Willie to pull, and White deep in left field. Not too far from the warning track out there. Alomar playing on the shortstop side of second base. Brinkman, the shortstop, playing in the hole. Sidearm curveball is fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Horton. They've got about 14,000 or 15,000 here at Tiger Stadium, maybe just a bit more, because the stands are way out in left field, the upper deck and center field, a little more full than they were the first 2 games. Well, they might be close to 20. 0-2 delivery. Sidearm swerve is outside. A ball and 2 strikes on Horton. Nettles backing up at third. The pitch. Fastball outside, gets past Munson, goes all the way back to the screen. And the count's all even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Willie Horton. In the National League after ones, Montreal won, Phillies won. Pittsburgh playing the Mets in New York. The Dodgers playing San Diego tonight. Cincinnati playing Houston tonight. San Francisco playing Atlanta this afternoon. And the Cubs playing the Cardinals tonight. Here's a 2-2 delivery to Horton. Overhand curveball is high, and the count is full. Dobson had no balls and 2 strikes on Horton, and he's missed 3 times. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball bounced right back to Dobson. He gloves it, spins, throws on the first base, and Horton's out. 1 away. Here's Leon Roberts, the right fielder. Roberts has a tough job of taking Al Kaline's place in right field here at Tiger Stadium. Kaline playing so many years here. He even got a street behind the stadium named for him. But he's holding up well. He's batting .291, 6 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Big right-handed hitter. Fakes a bunt, takes high. Yankees have a 1-0 lead. We're in the second inning. 1 out, nobody on for the Tigers. Dauber's 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air to right center. Moving over, Alex Johnson. Also Walt Williams. And Williams in front of Johnson makes the catch.
Time at a polio time with creamy, smooth polio ricotta and easy to slice, quick to melt polio mozzarella. They've been New York favorites for over 75 years. But you've only just begun to know polio, because now you can liven up your favorite pizza or antipasto with polio pepperoni, polio anchovies, mushrooms. Or how about adding polio black olives to that antipasto or to that special tossed green salad? Served with warm Italian bread and creamy polio butter. Now more than ever, polio has all you need to put real Italian food on your table.
I figured it'd take maybe a week to get my transmission fixed, but AMCO told me they get your car back to you in 1 day in most cases. Mother will be so pleased.
You're gonna be surprised, but don't be surprised by the nice little extras at AMCO.
They've serviced 4 million transmissions. They do things right. AMCO. AAMCO.
Most foreign cars, as well as American makes, are serviced at the AMCO transmission centers in the greater New York area. Don't be surprised by the nice little extras at AMCO. They do things right.
In the third game of a 4-game weekend series between the two ball clubs, then move on to Baltimore for 3 big games. And down in Baltimore, the Orioles in the first inning leading the Red Sox 3-0.
They've played 2 now, Dom, and it's 3-0 Baltimore. All right, Bill. Montreal leading the Phillies 2-1, and Phillies batting bottom of the second. Walt Williams leading off against Mickey Lolich. Walt led off the first inning with a single, but he was cut down on the front of a double play. Walter takes the strike, knee high. Williams having a pretty good series. He's 5 for 7. He gets the ball looked at by the home plate umpire, Armando Rodriguez, and Rodriguez flips it back to Lolich. Here's the 1-strike pitch to Williams. Too low, it's 1-1. And close to third base, Aurelio Rodriguez. Everybody else straight away. Stanley playing his normal shallow center field. The 1-1 delivery. Hit on the ground to shortstop. Nice hop for Verizon. Fires on the first base. There's one away. A.J. Alex Johnson in for the Yankees. He's been up once, struck out. Johnson, a right-handed hitter. They play him straight away. Alex swirling base hit right field, just to the right of first baseman Jack Pierce. So Johnson jumping on the first pitch and ripping a sharp single to right field. He's there with 1 out as Roy White steps in. White bounced into a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. White as a right-handed batter is hitting well, 369. As a left-handed batter, 286. He's been up 66 times right-handed. He has 24 hits. And the pitch to him. Misses inside, a ball. One out, 1 on. Yankees ahead 1-0 with the top half of the third inning. Tigers won 10-9 last night. Yankees won 9-2 Thursday night. Another game tomorrow afternoon. The pitch on the outside corner. It's a ball and a strike on White. Larry Gura will have the ball for the Yankees tomorrow. Tom Walker scheduled for the Detroit Tigers. Here's the 1-1 pitch to White. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Lolich working away. He wanted that one, looking in at Rodriguez. Just turned his back. Making a little whistling sound with his mouth. Wasn't that close. 2 balls and a strike on White. Johnson off first. And the pitch. Swung on, looped past first base, and it's a foul ball. That ball was looped. It spun past in the foul territory. Bill Haller on the line there calls it foul. Well, Snoward now trying to talk to him. He's trying to get a fair call there. Ball spun off the bat of White and just missed the corner of the bag. The count runs 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson back to first base with 1 out. Dick Hauser coaches third for the Yankees. Ellie Howard over at first base. Lolich now taking a lot of time between pitches. Now he sets. 2-2 delivery. Johnson's moving. The pitch is swung on and missed. Throw the second is high. Goes into center field, and Johnson's up. He'll go to third. There's a throw there, and it's not in time. Now, wait a minute. Time is called. Let's see. White might have interfered. White interfered with Walkenfuss as he was throwing the second base. And Johnson's going to be called out because of obstruction on the part of Roy White. When Roy White swung and missed the ball, Rodriguez is saying he got his elbow up and made Walkenfuss throw that ball into center field. So they're going to call. Let's see, will that be interference or obstruction? Bill Grieve, an umpire living in New York, always listen to it. Always get obstruction and interference mixed up. I think it's obstruction on the part of the base. No, obstruction on the part of the fielder and interference on the part of the base runner. So with White being called out, it would be interference on the part of Roy White, and the put-out would be given then to the second baseman. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Score, Yankees 1, Tigers nothing.
A Pioneer car stereo unit himself.
That's correct, and it's changed my whole life. I just love it. I just feel free and positive about things now.
Well, how did it, for example, change your sex life?
I'll put it this way. I took a car stereo to Hawaii over the weekend. I was very excited.
Well, where exactly in your car did you install this car stereo unit?
I'm not at liberty to say over a broadcast network.
There is a book entitled How I Install Car Stereo.
Oh, do you know about that book?
Yes, I've heard it.
What
Everybody's
a great
talking
book that
about
is.
this
Oh,
book. Yes.
Sure.
This is Steve Tillich's book.
That's right.
Now, Steve Tillich is an expert.
Oh, he's very good at car stereo, but not a good person.
Well, where can you get this book, How I Install Car Stereo?
At your Pioneer dealer.
It's free, isn't it?
Free? I couldn't believe that.
Have you ever installed anything before by yourself?
Yes, I have a child.
Pick up your free copy of Steve Tillich's How I Install Car Stereo now at your nearest Sight and Sound Lafayette radio store.
Well, we'll explain that play to you again. And we just got a voice behind us that says they're checking on that play. But White, of course, struck out, and he interfered with the catcher's throw to second base, so Johnson was called out. And I gave the put-out to the closest man, the second baseman, and we'll get an official ruling in just a moment. Here's Rodriguez. Bunts on the third base side. Nettles charging, and he'll have no play. He's got to hold the ball. Rodriguez with a bunt single leading off here in the bottom half of the third inning with the Yankees on top of the Tigers 1-0. And here's John Walkenfuss, the catcher. Walkenfuss is batting .378, 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in, bats right-handed. Here's a set by the Dauber, and the pitch. Curveball is in for a called struck. Walkenfuss stands deep in the box, has a stance very similar to Gene Woodling's. For you Yankee fans who remember Woodling, feet close together, stand straight up. Now the set by the Dauber. And the 0-1 pitch. Sidearm curveball is outside and high. A ball to strike. On deck is Tom Verizor. Now time is called. Walkenfuss wants to talk to his third base coach, Joe Schultz. He half-heartedly squared the bunt when he took that pitch outside. Now he wants to make sure he knows the signs. Rodriguez at first base, nobody out. Now Walkenfuss back to the batter's box. Stops at the belt. 1-1 delivery. Curveball hit on the ground to second. Alomar. Brakeman for one. Back to first. Double play. A 4-6-3 double play. And they're 2 men out. Ball wasn't hit that sharply, but the Yankees turned 2. 4-6-3. And that'll bring on Tom Verizzer, the shortstop. Pitch to Barrage, the breaking ball taken outside. And we just got the news. Credit Walkenfuss, the catcher, was an unassisted double play to end last inning. 1 ball, no strike pitch to Barrage. Popped up out behind second base. Alomar's there, glasses down, waiting. He's got it for out number 3. No runs, a hit, nobody left. We've played 3. And at the end of 3, the Yankees lead the Tigers 1-0.
After years of selling only one kind of gasoline, the Getty Oil Company is now selling 2. Getty Premium and Getty No Lead. Which one should you use? Well, if you drive a 71 through 74 car, chances are it can run on a gasoline like Getty No Lead. If you drive a 75, it probably has to run in a gasoline like Getty No Lead. On the other hand, if you drive a car that was built in 1970 or before, you'll get the top performance you want from Getty Premium. But no matter what kind of car you've got, Getty's got what's best for it. Remember, don't waste gasoline. But when you do drive, fill up with Getty. No lead for cars built after 1971, premium for cars built before 1971. Getty, we've got what's best for your car.
The Yankees out front of the ball game, 1-0, as we go now to the top half of the 4th inning. Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network.
This is WMCA New York. Squibb Thorogran and Thorogran M are the most widely recommended high-potency vitamins by physicians and pharmacists.
This is WQBK AM and FM in Rensselaer, New York, where every morning, Monday through Friday, you'll enjoy Breakfast with Bill Edwardson. And from 11 to 4, Monday through Friday, call on the phone. This is Steve Fitz, host of Focus on QBK.
What happened with the unassisted double play being given to Walkenfuss? Short hop by Rodriguez. Bullet throw, he's got him. Great play by Rodriguez.
Boy, he just held his glove there. He is an outstanding fielding third baseman, but that was, I'd say, 90% luck and 10% skill. Anyway, on that play, Dom, we replayed it in slow motion on TV. I had called it right away. I don't mean to brag or anything. That was an unassisted double play, but being a veteran of 82 years in the game, I saw that play happen. And although White did not deliberately get in front of the catcher, any time an umpire thinks the hitter is blocking the catcher's throw, he is called out for interference. And the closest man to the play at the time gets the putout. So he got the putout on the strikeout to White, and also the putout on the interference on his attempted throw to second base. So he gets a double putout.
Thank you. Very well explained, too. The hitter, Bobby Bonds, fouls the first pitch off, 0-1. Bobby singled to left field and scored the lone run of the ball game. Back in the 2nd inning. Takes the pitch outside for ball 1.
Dominic,
Hudson, by the way, excuse me, Phil.
I was going to say, and I can't blame him, every time he mentions Bobby Bonds' name, his eyes light up like a pinball machine.
Well, he's a great player. It's just a shame that he's been saddled with the injury. He really was hobbling, wasn't he, coming in?
You got to give Dick Hauser a lot of credit on that, because Bobby was hobbling and he just wanted to stop at third, but Hauser waved him in and Bobby limped home and made it.
The pitch is a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mickey Lulich Looking in now to get the sign. The outfield is around the left and deep. We were going to say that Munson leads the American League in hits with 83. We didn't get a chance to because Thurman was first ball hitting. And he now has 28 multiple hit games. Thurman having a great year. The pitch, too close, too low. Counts evened up at 2-2. That Munson is really playing ball, Phil.
Oh, he's doing a job, and that throwing of his now is getting better and better with each ball game. Boy, he gunned down that run-up. When Mickey Stanley tried to steal, he had a great jump on him.
Shortstops like those good throws, don't
they? Yeah. Give him the phantom tag and get out of there.
The pitch is high, 3-2. Where's the best spot when you're coming over from shortstop to take the throw?
Just before you get to the bag. In other words, on the shortstop side of second, if you've got to lean to the second base side of the bag, you could really get creamed if it's a bang-bang play.
The 3-2 pitch by Lolich, and Bond swings and misses. And for Mickey Lolich, the all-time southpaw strikeout king in his career, he chalks up his third strikeout of the ball game.
Did you talk about Lolich's glove, that color of it, Dom?
No, it's something else, though.
You know, if it was a little brighter, they would not allow him to wear it because you can't wear anything pitching that distracts a hitter.
And the pitch to Greg Nettles, and he swings and misses. 0-1. That's interesting. I'd love to know what the dividing line is.
Yeah, it's up judgment thing on the umpire again, but...
Lolich on the windup. The pitch is fouled against the screen. Counts 0-2. Field straight away and deep. A looped single. It almost looked like he didn't want to go after the pitch, but he did. He got a base hit, hitting .290, 12 homers and 48 RBIs. 46 for 129 in his last 36 games. The pitch high for a ball. During the 36 man that we're talking about, 10 homers, 33 RBIs. He now is second in the American League in RBIs, 48. Lynn leads with 50. The pitch, down low. Counts evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Mickey Lolich a little upset, Don. That's about the third time he's disagreed with a call by Armando Rodriguez.
One thing about Armando Rodriguez, however, you can talk to him, but he doesn't speak English, so he's not going to... Does he? The 2-2 pitch, and Nettles fouls it off. I got a kick out of Bob French, the great broadcaster with the Pirates, describing Manny Sanguillen in spring training getting thrown out of a game by Armando.
No kidding.
He said some word in Spanish, and Armando misinterpreted it. It later came out, so he threw him out. Thought it was the wrong word. The 2-2 pitch to Greg Nettles is hit high and deep to right. It is gone. It is off the top of the screen. And leaping up was Roberts. It looked like it was gone. It hit the very top of that 3-foot screen and came back. And it's a double for Nettles.
He is so unbelievably hot that I didn't think that ball would ever stay in the pocket. He didn't hit it real well. And I tell you, Roberts, had he timed his leap a little better, might have caught it. As Dom said, he leaped above the fence, and the ball hit just about an inch from going over that short fence. But that Nettles, now, what is it? You told me, Dom, he was 6 for 8 coming into this game, right?
Yes. He's just been burning the cover off the ball. 6 for 8. He scored 4 runs, driven in 5, and he's hit 2 homers. And now that was almost his third homer. I thought that might have made it. Just hit the top of that 3-foot fence. Lolich at the belt. The pitch to Chambliss is fouled off. Incidentally, the other night, when Fredland had the 10 RBIs and the 3 homers, he hit a triple fill down the left field line that hit the same fence, and he missed by 3 feet of his 4th home run.
Wow. Boy, that's a night. Well, it's easy to say he'll never forget it, but that was some kind of a night. 10 runs batted in and 5 base hits.
Chambliss, the hitter. Outfield straight away and deep. The pitch by Lolich is too high, ball 1. That's even up at a ball and a strike. Down in Baltimore, after 3, Baltimore still leading 3-0.
That's a good score.
I got to ask you about that because in the past, you've always really feared Baltimore. The pitch is a check swing, and it's popped up and foul ground to Rodriguez, makes the catch. The Yankees are gone in the top of the fourth with no runs. There was one hit, one runner left, and no errors. At the end of 3.5, the Yankees are leading 1-0.
Now Latham Ford brings you Henry, the money-saving computer robot, whose readout today concerns service. And we all know how important service is. But just as important are parts. And at Latham Ford, we have the most complete stock of parts in the area. That means less time in the shop for you. We stock over $100,000 worth of parts. A fact that's important to you when you need them. That is correct. When I need parts, I want them now, not tomorrow. Latham Ford, 1 mile north of Latham Traffic Circle, top of the hill, Latham, New York, where Henry keeps his parts.
QBK Radio keeps you company.
Big night at Shea Stadium. There's going to be 35 Miss Universe candidates at Shea on July the 4th. And that's a prelude to the Miss Universe pageant to be held in El Salvador on July 19th. There'll be ladies from every country. And they'll be passing out the ballots for the All-Star voting through the stands. And Baltimore will be there, so that should be a big night for everybody. July the 4th. Okay, Dom.
All right, Bill. Mickey Stanley leads it off for the Tigers in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Single to right field back of the first inning. Then was thrown out by Thurm Munson trying to steal. The pitch, a breaking pitch for a called strike. 0-1. Pat Dobson on the mound for the Yanks trying to win his 100th career victory. Pat has won 5 in a row. The delivery, sidearm pitch, swung on a miss. 0-2. And Pat Dobson has been superb as of late, Bill.
Oh, yes. He's really been pitching well.
The outfield is pulled to left and deep for the hitter, Mickey Stanley. The pitch, breaking pitch, down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stanley, in this series, by the way, he's 2 for 4, driven in 3 runs. That was last night. First game he played in the series with a home run. The pitch is hit high and deep to right. Foul. He went with the pitch and hit it down the right field line into the stand. Stanley, a last-second replacement for Ron LaFleur, who has been starting in center field. LaFleur missing the second game of the season for him with a stiff neck. The pitch is hit on a line to right field. Alex Johnson moves to his right, then back to his left and makes the catch for the out. 1 up and 1 gone. Gary Sutherland, the hitter. Sutherland today grounded his second back in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Came into the game hitting .251, 3 homers, 25 RBIs. The pitch to Sutherland is up high and too close for a ball. You know, Phil, it's always interesting to me. If you get a chance, I'd like to have you comment it, especially for youngsters. The 1-0 pitch and Sutherland check swing fouls in the stands to our right. The different batters, the way they all get up and take a different stance, different positioning, either in front of the plate, back of the plate. Why? Why all the different stances?
All the good hitters will tell you, number one, you've got to get comfortable in your batting stance before you can never be a hitter. So if you're trying to emulate a DiMaggio or Musial or something, you're going to get in trouble.
The pitch is hit high to right. Under it is Alex Johnson. He's got it. And Alex makes 2 straight putouts for the Yankees.
Well,
the advice to youngsters.
Yeah, I was going to say, John, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the great hitters were comfortable with their stance, but it doesn't necessarily mean that a youngster could be comfortable with a wide stance like DiMaggio, or a short stance like Williams, or a bent-up stance like Stan Musial. Just get comfortable, and the rest is up to you. Your batting eye and your wrist.
Dan Meyer is the hitter. He hits the first pitch on 2 hops to Alomar. He's got it, throws him out. So the Tigers are gone in order in the bottom of the 4th with no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 4 full innings of play, the Yankees lead it 1-0.
When you are the one to count on. Since 1842, Schaefer has always been the one to count on. Schaefer has the rare quality of flavor that never fades, glass after glass. Schaefer is the one that always delivers.
Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. More than one. Schaefer pleasure doesn't fade even when your thirst is gone.
Today, among America's great premium lagers, the one that came first is still the one. Schaefer, the one that comes through beer after beer.
Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
All right, Phil, to carry that a little bit farther now on the stance and the hitting. If somebody is small, should they emulate a Phil Rizzuto, let's say, because they might be his size?
No, I wouldn't advise anybody. It's just like a pitching coach. Whitey Ford was a great pitcher, but he doesn't have the pitchers pitch in his style. Best suited to their style and whatever he can help them with. Same way goes for the hitting, Dom.
All right, Phil. The pitch to Eddie Brinkman leading off the top of the 5th is too close, too low for a ball. Eddie with the lone RBI in the ball game. A single off of Lolich's leg into short left field. He hits the pitch down the right field line, and it'll be foul. Unable to get to it is Leon Roberts. And the count is evened up at a ball and a strike. So Eddie Brinkman now is 1 for 1 here today. And on the season, Eddie has only been up 10 times coming into the game. So he is 3 for 11.
And he got his first RBI of the year on that base hit off Lolich's knee.
The outfield shaded to left and deep. Lolich under the windup. The pitch to Brinkman is high. Ball 2, 2-1. The game is down the 4th inning at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. The Orioles still lead the Red Sox 3-0. Lolich into the windup, and the 2-1 pitch. Brinkman takes it in the dirt. And it is 3-1. Eddie Brinkman, Bill, you being a great shortstop yourself, how do you assess Eddie Brinkman?
I tell you, he's still an outstanding shortstop. He made as fine a pivot on that double play as I've seen, and he was even better before he had the operation on his back. But it's great to have a guy like him around. The experience really shows. Never gets flustered.
The 3-1 pitch to Brinkman is fouled off in back. 3-2. I tell you, a great guy, too.
Oh, yeah.
Fine person. Had a chance to interview on the pregame show today. I know you didn't get a chance to hear it. You were on television. Rich Coggins, the new Yankee.
Yes, I'd like to hear about that. A little bit about it anyway, if we got the time.
The 3-2 pitch, and Brinkman swings and misses. And for Lolich, that's his 4th strikeout of the ball game. 1 man gone here in the 5th inning. Well, basically, Phil, he explained the thyroid disorder, which he said is under control. He's taking medication for it. And I had asked him about could he have possibly been sick with this during the 74 season when he tailed off from 319 in 73 to 243 in 74. And the pitch to Alomar Bluff, an attempted bunt, fouled against the screen. 0-1. So he said that he did not want to make any excuses, but he did admit he did not feel well in 74 at all.
Uh-huh.
He feels well now, worked hard to build his body up this past winter. You mentioned, which I didn't know, and he didn't want to talk about, that he did not get along with Gene Mauch in Montreal.
That's true.
But a bona fide big leaguer And he could really help his club.
Oh, man, I'd say he's exciting to watch. He's a smaller version of Bobby Bonds, when he gets on base. And any kind of a version of Bobby Bonds, as you know, Dominic.
That's
exciting.
Right. I agree with you. He's sort of like Joe Morgan.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Joe. The 0-2 pitch to Sandy Alomar, high and outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Top of the 5th, Yankees and the Tigers. The Yankees lead it 1-0. Lone run in the top of the 2nd. Lolich into the windup. The 1-2 pitch. Alomar takes high, ball 2. Andy, a switch hitter, reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning, so he is 0 for 1. Came into the game hitting at 195. Outfield shaded to left, medium depth. The pitch by Lolich, high and outside, ball 3. Lolich has been high and wide on the last 3 pitches. Sandy has a lot of room in the gap in right center field and down the right field line. Lolich looks in, swings into the windup, the 3-2 pitch. Alomar swings and misses. Second straight strikeout for Lolich and his 5th of the ball game. And it looks like the old pro Lolich is just rearing back and firing, Phil.
Yeah, he looks like the Mickey Lolich of old, that's for sure. I think they give him a little bit more rest, and he's more effective. He's pitched a lot of baseball.
Walt Williams, the hitter. Changeup is high, ball 1, 1-0. And Lolich, who started to pitch deliberately in the early innings, has now speeded up the tempo, and he's working very quickly. The 1-0 pitch, high, ball 2. Walt Williams today singled to right field of the 1st and grounded to short in the 3rd. 1 for 2. Walter came into the game hitting at 290, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. The delivery, Williams hits a drive to center field, but right at Mickey Stanley, drifts to his right, makes the catch. The Yanks are gone in the top of the 5th with no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 4.5, the Yankees lead 1-0.
The $695 clock by Howard Miller is now only $550. That's right. You can now get this 80-inch tall Howard Miller distressed pine grandfather clock for only $550. The clock has a triple chime German movement that plays the 3 best-known English cathedral chimes, Westminster, Whittington, and Winchester. And when you buy it, you receive free setup and delivery from the Mason Sullivan Clock Shop. The clock shop is located in Wolf Road Park on Wolf Road in Colony. They're open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays 10 to 5. The clock shop also has a large selection of gift items for you to choose from. Things like mantel clocks, kitchen, travel, and alarm clocks. So you stop in and see them for yourself. And while you're there, be sure and see the $695 clock by Howard Miller, because right now it only costs $550. The quantity is limited, though, so you hurry over to the Mason Sullivan Clock Shop, Wolf Road Park in Colony, for your Howard Miller grandfather clock.
Quick look at the scoreboard. At the end of 4, it's Baltimore 3 and the Red Sox nothing. The end of 4, White Sox 3, Minnesota 2. And the National League, let's see, got anything extra here? That's at the end of 4.5 now down in Baltimore. So the Red Sox failed to score on the top of the 5th. And at the end of 5 full innings, the White Sox 3, Minnesota 2. The Mets are leading Pittsburgh 3-0 end of 2, and Montreal leads Philadelphia 2-1 end of 4. Okay, Dom.
Willie Horton, who can change the complexion of a ball game with one swing of the bat, steps in. Horton grounded a second in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1, hitting .247, 15 homers, 47 RBIs, 2nd in home runs to Bobby Bonds. The pitch is hit high in the air to shallow center field. Walt Williams pounds the glove 3-4 times, makes the catch. Walter loves to hit that glove, doesn't he?
And one time he's going to pound it once too many, and just as he pounds it the last time, he's going to hit him right on the head. I just say that kiddingly, but he does pound that glove, and I think that's the most I've seen him pound it.
I remember when I was a youngster a long time ago, Sam Jethro used to play for the old Boston Braves.
Yeah.
He got hit on top of the head in old Braves Field in Boston. The pitch by Pat Dobson, breaking pitch, a beauty. All strike.
on Leon Roberts. I saw Mickey Mantle get hit right on top of the head his first year as a Yankee.
No
Well,
kidding.
he played shortstop his whole minor league career, went to center field.
I would imagine that'd be a big transition, but didn't he develop into a great one?
Yep, it is a great transition, but
The pitch outside for ball 1. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch by Pat Dobson to Roberts is fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Roberts today flied to center in the second. He's 0 for 1. Came into the game hitting at .291. 6 homers, 18 RBIs. In this series against the Yanks, he's 1 for 7 in the prior 2 games. Outfield around to left and deep. Dobson into the windup. The 1-2 pitch. Sidearm fastball outside. That's even up 2-2. The outfield is pulled to left. However, Alex Johnson is in straightaway right field. And I mean, there's lots of room in right center. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Oh, did he fool him on that one, Phil?
beautiful. The motion and the breaking pitch. And I would say he missed that pitch by about 2 feet.
Second strikeout of the game for Pat Dobson. Jack Pierce, the hitter. No relation to Billy Pierce, former great pitcher. Dobson into the windup. The pitch just a little bit too low. 1 ball, no strike.
This kid looks like he's looking for the fastball on every pitch. Dobson fooled him with the slow curves last time up.
Man, he's got muscles on top of muscles, hasn't he? Big and strong. The delivery swung on a miss. 1-1. Left-handed hitter with a lot of power. Outfield straight away and deep. And his batting average is only 189. 1 homer, 3 RBIs. He hasn't been up that much. The pitch by Dobson is a check swing base hit.
Now, see, there's the mistake. Dobson tried to slip the fastball by him. He tried to check his swing. As you mentioned, he's got so many muscles. The ball just hit his bat, and he hit a line drive to right center field. And Dobson, as I said, has been making him look bad with those slow curves. You know, one thing about this Tiger team, Dom, they got a lot of young kids, and they're making a lot of mistakes now. But when they gel, they're going to have an exciting ball club. The Yankees already have an exciting ball club.
Very good, Phil. I'm glad you qualified all that.
Well, what I meant is that they got veterans that don't make the mistakes these kids make.
Exactly. Aurelio Rodriguez, the hitter, with 2 gone. The Yankees leading 1-0, bottom of the 5th. The pitch to Rodriguez in the dirt outside. 1-0. Outfield around to left and deep. Big gap right center field. Pierce at first base on a check swing single. Third hit for the Tigers. Dobson goes to the belt. Chambliss holding. The pitch. Beautiful breaking pitch by Dobson. He's got that change of speed stuff really breaking today, Phil.
Yeah, and he's got to have it to be effective, especially in this ballpark that's susceptible to home runs.
1 ball, 1 strike. On deck, John Wackenfuss. The pitch. Sidearm pitch swung on a miss by Rodriguez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yankees leading 1-0.
Hey, John,
on the bottom of the 5th.
That kid's got so many letters on his name. The last S is under his right arm. Wackenfuss. Looks like they made a mistake with the letters. It's a tough name to say.
At the bell, Dobson, the pitch swung on a miss. It went in the dirt. And for Pat Dobson, that's his 3rd strikeout. The Tigers are gone in the 5th with no runs. There was 1 hit, 1 runner left, and no errors. At the end of 5, the Yankees lead 1-0.
Well, John, July 6th is going to be an important day for Amsterdam, New York. Mayor John P. Golumka has proclaimed that day as Amsterdam Day at Shea Stadium. So the Yankees will pay tribute to that community, and they'll combine that with a sizzling doubleheader with the Orioles. So you Amsterdam folks are in for a treat. For any ticket information on Amsterdam night, contact co-chairman Tony Samigre and Pete Phelps. Tickets are also available at National Commercial Bank and Trust Company, the Recreation Department. And you jazz and big band buffs better take note. Woody Herman and the New Herd will play for your enjoyment between games of the July 6th Sunday doubleheader with Baltimore. It's live in person. Woody Herman, boy, when I was a kid, I used to go see him at the old Paramount. And they'll be laying down some dynamite sounds. So make arrangements to be at Shea Sunday, July 6th. just part of a great holiday weekend with the Yankees.
This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network.
This is WQBK AM and FM in Rensselaer, New York, where every morning, Monday through Friday, you'll enjoy breakfast with Bill Edwardson. And from 11 to 4, Monday through Friday, call on the phone. This is Steve Fitz, host of Focus on QBK.
Hi, Dominic. You've been a lucky charm for the Yankees all year. You need a run or two here.
Right now.
All right.
And A.J. to start it off for the Yankees, and he is 1 for 2 today. Went down swinging in the first, single to right in the third. Hitting .275, 13 RBIs. Outfield around the left deep. Lolich into the windup. The pitch is a breaking pitch for a called strike. You know, Walking Fuss ought to do like the basketball players. You know, take part of the name or his first name. Would you suggest Fuss or what?
No, I would suggest John W. Or J.W. as you call Alex A.J. It would make it a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Yes, yes. The pitch to A.J. is fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes. Roy White is on deck. Thurman Munson to follow. The Yankees, who lead the league in hitting, .271. The pitch to by Lolich, down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know, that's quite a combination when you're second in team ERA, 3.45, and you lead the league in hitting.
No, that is a great combination.
The pitch by Lolich in the dirt goes all the way back to the screen. And the count is evened up at 2-2. And when I get a chance, I got to ask Marty Appel, Mickey Morabito, the Yankees' fine publicist, the publicity director and assistant publicity director. They keep mentioning the multiple hit games for the Yankees at 28. Thurman Munson has 28. And I'd love to know how many games the Yankees have won in that group.
Well, I can almost tell you, Tom.
Racing for it is Pierce, and he can't get it. In the stands, out of play.
Jim Ogle claims to have done a little extra work on that, and he said it's split right down the middle. They've won 14 and lost 14. Is that something?
Well, let me tell you something, Phil, not to interrupt, because Jim's a great guy and a friend of mine. Red Foley was at the table yesterday at lunch, and they had it 21 wins out of 27. Now, today we're at 14 of 14. Further discussion.
Well, that's those Huckleberry Riders, you know. They slip on that typewriter a couple of keys. I'm going to get on them then. I'm going to straighten this thing out. Tomorrow we'll have the right answer.
Because yesterday the conclusion was 21 out of 27. Now, the Yankees had their 28th multiple hit game last night. This is not to infer anything about the statistic that was handed out. The pitch fouled against the screen because I think Marty Appel, who has come up with the caricatures on the stat sheet in the notes, and Mickey Morabito just do an outstanding job.
They do. And Marty's going to feel awful funny. I think Monday those braces come off his jaws. He'll be able to open his mouth.
Oh, that's good. The poor guy's been on soup, and he's really struggled with that. And I remember it all started when the three of us were in Boston.
Yep.
3-2 on A.J. Nobody out, leadoff hitter here in the top of the sixth. Yankees leading 1-0. The pitch by Lolich. Oh, strike 3. Lolich, who's just been great today with his 6th strikeout of the ball game. Bill White's on television. Roy White steps in. And for Roy White, he hit into a double play in the first, went down swinging in the third. Came into the game hitting at .313. Lines it straight. That's by Verizon. As White lined it, and Verizon went up and got it. What a play.
You know, that was unbelievable, Don, because he timed the leap perfectly and was way in the air and just got in the webbing of his glove as the ball was going by him. That kid has made some fine plays. He's been a busy shortstop today.
I know you like him.
Oh, very much. Very much.
And coming from you, Phil, I told him that the last time we were here, and he got all excited, and well, he should, because, of course, you were one of the greatest that ever played that position. Lolich will wind up the pitch is high for a ball. Thurm Munson, fourth in hitting in the American League, 340, 5 homers, 39 RBIs, leads the league in hits, 83, 28 multiple hit games. The pitch, a slow breaking pitch, and it is 1-1. What kind of pitch is that when he throws it, Phil?
Just an off-speed curveball. Throws a hard one and he throws a slow one.
Pretty pitch.
Oh, that's beautiful. And it's all in the motion that fools the hitter. You mentioned that Lolich has changed his style. He used to be just a hard thrower. Fastball, hard slider, hard curve. But don't forget, he is, well, next to Gene Michael, the oldest player on this Tiger team. He's thrown a lot of baseballs.
The pitch is fouled off the right side out of the stands on a line, and it hits a couple of poles, caroms around.
Hit somebody right in the head, I believe.
Ooh.
Oh, I hate to see that.
Boy. Came off that pole, Phil.
Yep.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Thurm Munson. Another windup, Lolich. The pitch. One on a miss. And the Yankees are gone at the top of the 6th with no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 5 1/2, the Yankees lead it 1-0.
The summer entertainment issue of Insight magazine describes in detail the summer entertainment in the area. It has a complete schedule of events for the entire summer, including what's happening at SPAC, the Coliseum Summer Theater, Lake George Opera Festival, and Tanglewood. The magazine's available now at just $1. It's being distributed throughout the Capital District, but if you can't find it at your particular newsstand, all you've got to do is call Slocum Publications at 785-1333, 785-1333, or send $1 to Slocum Publications, Post Office Box 337, Latham, New York, zip 12110, and you'll receive one immediately. Insight's cover shows artistic color renderings of stars appearing at the Coliseum Summer Theater and has a centerfold with a complete schedule of summer events, as well as written stories on entertainment centers throughout the Northeast. For your copy, call Slocum Publications, 785-1333.
Down in Baltimore. That game in the 5th inning now?
It's in the 6th inning now, Dom, and Baltimore leading 5-3. So every inning that goes, 3-0. What am I talking about? At the end of 5, it's Baltimore 3 and the Red Sox nothing.
And looking ahead to that series, let's look ahead to tomorrow first. Larry Gurr 1-1 for the Yankees. Tom Walker 2-4. And in Baltimore on Monday night, George Doc-Medic, 5-9 against Ross Grimsley, 3-8. Then on Tuesday night, it'll be Catfish Hunter, 10-6, and Mike Torres, 7-4. Rudy May will go against Jim Palmer on next Wednesday night.
Hey, Dom, Monday I'm not going to be down in Baltimore. It's my anniversary.
Right. Cora listening today, I hope.
Oh, you know she is.
Well, happy how many years, Bill?
32 big ones.
That is marvelous, though. It really is. Outstanding. Something to really be proud of. Walking Fuss, the hitter, takes the first pitch for a call. Strike. Second pitch is outside and low for ball 1. 1-1. 32 years. That's just marvelous, Phil.
You got to be lucky to have a gal like that for 32 years.
The pitch is hit high in the air to straightaway center. Walt Williams. And he pounded that glove 4 times this time, makes the catch, and 1 gone in the bottom of the 6th.
All right, he's setting a record every time. That's 4 now. That's the most. The hand this kid gets. They like this Verizon here in Detroit.
Real good ball player. Pat Dobson on the windup, the pitch. Breaking pitch that is ball 1. Didn't break enough, a little bit too close. Mickey Stanley on deck. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Yankees are leading 1-0. Dobson's pitch grounded back to the mound. Dobson spears it and throws him out. 2 up, 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th. Yankees out front 1-0. Mickey Stanley, who was a last-second replacement for Ron LaFleur, steps in. The outfield for Stanley around the left and deep. Good crowd here today, Phil.
Yep. Enjoying them. Yankees still a very popular team, Dom.
Sure are. Dobson on the windup. The pitch to Mickey Stanley is line left field. Base hit. Roy White cuts it off. Stanley around first, legging for 2. The throw is not in time. And it's a stand-up double for Mickey Stanley. And with 1 gone in the bottom of the 6th, the Tigers have a runner in scoring position.
I said you got to give Roy White a lot of credit. Don has told you Roy about 50% in shape running, and he hobbled over there, kept that ball from hitting the wall, and Stanley realized that Roy couldn't get much on the throw. He made a good throw, but not too much on it. He went into second with a double.
You know, it's amazing. There's a last-second replacement. This is the way life is. LaFleur at the last minute has a stiff neck, doesn't play, puts Stanley in the lineup, and now the Tigers are threatening to tie up the game. Yankees leading 1-0. Sutherland is the hitter. The pitch to Gary Sutherland is too close for a ball.
He crossed Munson up that time. Did you see that?
Yes.
Munson almost got hit with that ball.
Sutherland has hit safely in all 5 games since returning to the lineup after a leg injury. He's 5 for 19 coming into the game. And today he's 0 for 2. Outfield around the left and deep. Dobson at the belt. The pitch high. 2-0. On deck is Dan Meyer as we get to the meat of the Tiger order. And then, of course, Willie Horton. Dobson to the belt. The pitch to Sutherland is high, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Gary Sutherland. Dobson checks Stanley at second, goes to the belt. The pitch, high, ball 4. That's for Pat Dobson, his first walk of the ball game.
It's a strange pattern of pitching. You and I mentioned Dobson has been fooling them with his breaking pitches. He threw the fastball that Stanley hit for a double, and he threw all fastballs to Sutherland and walked him. I'd like to see him come back with that breaking stuff.
Dan Meyer, a left-handed hitter, flied to right in the first. Grounded to second in the 4th. He's 0 for 2, hitting .244. The pitch is grounded foul down the first baseline. He went after a pitch that was well outside. Breaking pitch. Well, he heard you, Phil.
Yeah, well, Bart said it with that, you mentioned the motion he's got and the way he makes that ball break big and slow. Unless you're guessing, you're going to be off stride, and you can't hit the ball too well when you're off stride.
2 men gone in the bottom of the 6th. The Yankees leading 1-0. Outfield straight away, deep. Dobson to the belt. Stanley leads off second. And the pitch is high for a ball. At first base for the Tigers is Sutherland. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom half of the 6th inning, the Yankees leading 1-0. Pat Dobson trying to pitch out of trouble. Sutherland leads off first, Stanley off second. The pitch is fouled off the left side and the stands out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They've gone 6 innings now in Baltimore. The Orioles leading 3-0. Jim Palmer after his 12th win today. He's 11-3. Willie Horton is on deck. The big gap is in right center field for Dan Meyer. Pat Dobson leans in to get the sign. Stanley leads off second. Sutherland off first. Dobson to the belt. Around goes the right arm. The pitch too close, too low. Counts evened up 2-2. What do you throw Meyer here, Phil?
I'd throw him that big, slow curveball, Dom. These young kids are mostly all good fastball hitters.
Dobson of the belt. The two runners lead. The pitch to Meyer is swung on and fouled against the screen.
With the fastball, he has some cut.
He's got power. 4 homers, 20 RBIs. And the guy on deck has got real power. Willie Horton. Second to Bobby Bonds at homers with 15. Third in RBIs with 47. Stanley leads off second. Sutherland leads off first. 2 men gone, bottom of the 6th. Yanks leading 1-0. The 2-2 pitch to Meyer is swung on, grounded to second. Alomar, backhander, throws to Brinkman for the fourth. And the Tigers are gone on the bottom of the 6th. A fine play by Sandy Alomar on a ball that looked like it might find eyes and get into the outfield. So for the Tigers, in the 6th, no runs. They had 1 hit. They left 2 no errors. And at the end of 6 innings of play, the Yankees have 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. The Tigers, no runs, 4 hits, no errors.
During the week of February 17th, something happened in the gasoline business that everyone who drives a car should know about. A survey was taken of the prices of premium gasoline. The survey covered hundreds of service stations in New York, Boston, Philadelphia, and other metropolitan areas. Almost all the major oil companies were included. If you buy gasoline by price in your neighborhood, you can probably guess the results. On an average, Getty Premium sold from 2 to 2.5 cents less per gallon than most other major premiums. So if you want more gas for your money and more miles for your money, pull into Getty. Remember, don't waste gasoline. But when you do drive, fill up with Getty. No lead for cars built after 1971. Premium for cars built before 1971. Getty. We've got what's best for your car and for you.
All right, here now to take you through the final 3 innings of the ball game. With the Yankees out front 1-0. Bobby Bonds ready to face Mickey Lolich. Frank Messer. Frank?
Thank you very much, Don Valentino. Good afternoon, everybody. Bobby Bonds, 1 for 2. Fouls the first pitch straight back, strike 1. Bonds single to left his first time up. He has scored the game's only run. Then in the 4th inning, he struck out. With 1 out in the 2nd, Bonds single to left, Nettles single to center, and Brinkman got the run home with a base hit off the pitcher's knee. Breaking ball is down low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bobby Bonds. They play him to full, more so on the infield than the outfield. Lolich deals. Bonds hits one up the alley in right center field. That's going to be it for the base hit. And it may get through to the wall and does. Stanley chases the ball down. Bonds on his way to second. He's going to try for third. And he will make it. Bonds limps into third base with a triple. Stanley went to his left. He tried to cut the ball off in the gap, and when it got by him, it caromed off the wall, and Bonds was able to take the extra base. Rich Coggins will now run for Bobby Bonds. Coggins will run for Bonds. Thus, Coggins becomes the designated hitter. So Coggins running for Bonds at third, and the batter is Greg Nettles. Nettles is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Nettles wants time. So the Yankees leading 1-0 and a chance to add a run right here with Coggins at third. Nettles has driven in 48 runs this year. And he leads the Yankees in sacrifice flies with 5. Fly ball could do it. Coggins has excellent speed, or did have the last time I saw him play. I don't presume he has slowed down. He's still a young man. And the pitch to Nettles. Swung on and fouled back. Out of play. Chris Chambliss is on deck. Bond's triple was the third hit, the seventh hit for the Yankees in the ball game. Infield plays in halfway now. And the pitch to Nettles. Low and outside. Knocked down by Walkenfuss. Walkenfuss made a good play to keep that ball from getting through, allowing the run to score. Nobody out. 1-1 now to Greg Nettles. Lolich comes set, and the pitch. In the dirt, and another nice play by Walkenfuss. The catcher short-hopped that one to save the run. So he saved two wild pitches in a row. Infield moves in a little better than halfway now. With a count, 2 balls and a strike to Nettles. Lolich takes his time. And now the pitch. Low and outside. Walkenfuss blocks another one. Kept the ball in front of him. 3 balls and a strike. Yankees in front 1-0 and trying to add to that lead. Lolich ready to work, and the pitch. Cut on and bounce to the second baseman. Coggins holds as Sutherland throws Nettles out. There's one down. And now Chris Chambliss. Chambliss has popped up twice, once to the catcher and once to the third baseman. Both times in foul territory. Baltimore continues to lead Boston 3-0 now at the end of 6.5 innings. Jim Palmer for Baltimore, Dick Pole for the Red Sox. Orioles trying to stop a 6-game winning streak by Boston. The pitch to Chambliss. Swung on, hit in the air to right field. That'll get the run in. Roberts is going to make a throw to the plate. Here comes Coggins, and the throw is cut off. And the Yankees now lead 2-0. Leon Roberts set up well on that ball. He went back, then he charged it to have momentum coming with his throw. But his throw was cut off by Jack Pierce. He relayed on to Walkenfuss, but by then, Coggins was on his way to the dugout. But at Chambliss with a run batted in on the sacrifice fly. And the batter is Eddie Brinkman, who drove in the first Yankee run with a base hit off the leg of the pitcher Lolich. Right-hand hitter, singled and struck out. Pops it up foul outside of first. Pierce is going after it. He may have a play. Over near the seats, and he one-hands it to retire the side. The Yankees score 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left. And in the middle of the 7th inning, it's New York 2 and the Tigers nothing.
Well, Adirondack Community College will offer a 4-session course starting Wednesday, June 25th. And running for 4 consecutive Wednesdays, previewing the Lake George Operas that'll be presented this summer. A complimentary ticket to a performance will be given to each participant. The course is from 7:15 to 9:15 p.m. and costs $10. Pre-registration is necessary. For information, contact the Office of Service Programs at Adirondack Community College, area code 518-793-4491. A public service of WQBK Radio. Annual picnic sponsored by the United Armenian Calvary Congregational Church of Troy will be held on Thursday, June 26th. Dinner will be served from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Armenian Federation grounds, Winter Street Extension, North Greenbush. There'll be a shish kebab dinner, donation $5, and the public is invited. Once again, that's for Thursday, June 26th, the public service of WQBK Radio.
Bottom half of the seventh inning here at Tiger Stadium in Detroit. And let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network.
This is WQBK AM and FM in Rensselaer, New York, where every morning, Monday through Friday, you'll enjoy breakfast with Bill Edwardson. And from 11 to 4, Monday through Friday, call on the phone. This is Steve Fitz, host of Focus on QBK.
Remember, 3 big gift days at Shea Stadium during the month of July. Ball Day will be Saturday, July 5th. Ball Day, Saturday, July 5th against Baltimore. Batting Glove Day will be July 13th, and Photo Day, July 26th. Willie Horton leads off. Bottom half of the seventh, first pitch to him, swung on, and one hop off the glove of Brinkman on through to left field. That'll be a base hit. Brinkman to his left, may have slowed it down, but no chance for a play, and Horton is on with a leadoff single. Base hit number 5 for the Tigers, and the batter is Leon Roberts, the right fielder. Roberts has flied to center and struck out. At the end of 7 in Baltimore, the Orioles 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Minnesota leads Chicago 5-3 in the 7th. Right here, the Yankees lead 2-0. And the Snakes' first pitch to Roberts, a strike call, looked like a slider. On deck batter is Jack Pierce. They shade Roberts to the left side on the infield, straight away in the outfield, and the pitch is low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Roberts, big, strong right-hand hitter. Runner at first. Chambliss is not holding on Horton, and the pitch right across, an off-speed pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. By Dobson to the belt, glances to first and deals, pitches in on the ground to third. Nettles has, goes to Alomar out at second, back to Chambliss, out at first, double play. Yankees turn over their second double play in the ball game. Around the horn, 5-4-3. 2 outs, and the batter will be first baseman Jack Pierce. The left-hand hitter is struck out and single to right field. And Dobson's pitch. Check swing, but a strike call. Pierce is a big guy. He's about 6'2", 215. Very strong. He got his base hit on a check swing. Dauber deals him again, and he swings and he misses. Strike 2. Aurelio Rodriguez is on deck. He struck him out swinging. Dobson with a curveball strikes out Jack Pierce to retire the side. For the Red Sox, for the Tigers, no runs, a base hit, nobody left. And at the end of 7, it's New York 2 and Detroit nothing.
Now you can take home the #1 draft beer in the East. Introducing Schaefer Draft in cans. Just as smooth, just as fresh as it comes out of the tap. And so creamy, it laces the side of your glass on the way down. Schaefer Draft in cans. From Schaefer.
Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Schaefer Draft. Now you can take it home with you. Joe Leonard. A.J. Foyt. Johnny Rutherford. These great drivers have won the Indy of the East, the Schaefer 500 at Pocono. Come on out Sunday, June 29th to Pocono International Raceway, Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, and see this year's winner. Tickets available at Ticket Drive. The Schaefer 500 at Pocono. Sunday, June 29th. From Schaefer, the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
The Yankees Yankees carry a 2-0 lead now into the 8th inning with Sandy Alomar to lead off. Then Walt Williams and Alex Johnson. Alomar's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short and struck out. Don't forget now, 35 Miss Universe candidates will be at Shea Stadium on the 4th of July night as a prelude to the Miss Universe pageant to be held in El Salvador later on in July. Ladies from every country, entries into the Miss Universe contest will be distributing all-star ballots to fans at the Yankee-Baltimore game, kicking off the holiday weekend. 8 o'clock ball game, Friday night, the 4th of July. Alomar. Ready, so is Lolich. Here we go. And he bluffs the butt and takes the strike. Alomar expecting a curveball, probably. Got a fastball instead and laid off of it. No balls and 1 strike. Lolich into the windup. Left-hander's pitch, high and outside. At the end of 7, Minnesota leads Chicago 7-3 at Comiskey Park, or White Sox Park, as they prefer to call it now. Alomar swings and misses a fastball, 1-2. Mets lead the Pirates 3-0 at the end of 5. Expos lead the Phillies 2-1 at the end of 6. Lolich with a 1-2 pitch to Alomar. The kick, here it is, high, 2-2. Larry Gura, tomorrow's pitcher, sitting on the steps of the dugout, enjoying the Detroit sunshine. He'll go against Tom Walker. Yankee warm-up at 1:15 tomorrow afternoon. The pitch, line drive on 1 hop, knocked down by Verizon, the shortstop, but he won't have a play. So Alomar's on. That's a base hit for Sandy. And the Yankees have their 8th hit in the ball game. Walt Williams up. We'll see if the Yankees try to go for the run with a bunt, moving Alomar up. Williams has singled to right, grounded out to short, and lined out hard to the center fielder. Alomar takes his lead, and the pitch. He tried to bunt and missed it. Now, that was not a sacrifice attempt. Williams was trying to bunt really for the base hit. He held the bat up until the last second and then dropped it down. He did not square off. And he missed the pitch completely. Lolich reads the sign from Walkenfuss, checks Alomar at first, and the pitch. This time he squares, bunts down the first baseline. Pierce is up with a spin, throws to second base in time, and Alomar is out. Verizon covering. Williams got too much wood on it. But it right at Pierce charging down from first. And he got the force play at second. Well, there's one away with Williams now at first and Alex Johnson up. The Yankees lead 2-0. Roy White on deck. Alex Johnson is 1 for 3. Struck out twice and single to right field. He was called out on the bases for Roy White's interference with the catcher, Walkenfuss, back in the 3rd inning. First pitch to Alex. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Johnson was at first base. Broke for second as White struck out. Walkenfuss threw the ball into center field. Johnson went on to third, but they ruled him out, saying that Roy White had interfered with Walkenfuss, and it went as a double play to the catcher. Curveball is up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lolich got away with a pitch there. Lolich takes lots of time with a man on base. Williams takes his lead. The pitch, fastball is swung on and missed. Terry Whitfield going down toward the dugout area, perhaps to loosen up and come in this ball game defensively. Weiser gets away from Markenfuss, and Williams goes on to second. They're going to rule it a pass ball. So Walt Williams is at second base, now in scoring position, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Alex Johnson. Ready to work. Lance is back at second for Williams, and the pitch to Johnson swung on, line through the left side, base hit. Williams is going to be waved home by Hauser. There may be a play. Here comes the throw from Meyer, off the mark. Walter scores, and the Yankees lead 3-0. Alex Johnson gets his second base hit and a run batted in. The Yankees now have 3 runs on 9 hits in this ball game, and Roy White the batter. Johnson on at first. 1 away. Reiser shades toward the hole at shortstop, and the second baseman Sutherland cuts in toward the bag, leaving the right side of the infield open, with Pierce holding on Alex Johnson. First pitch to White. Ground ball through the right side, wide open for him. Johnson's going to try for third, and the throw comes into second base. Actually, Reiser let that throw come through as it was thrown into him. He let it come through to third base, but Johnson was there way ahead of it. So White, with the right side of the infield opened up for him, drilled one through there for his first base hit in the ball game. That is the Yankees' 10th hit. The batter is Thurman Munson. Activity now in the Tiger bullpen. Right-hander Bob Reynolds is up and throwing. Now Sutherland comes in to talk to Lolich. Tigers may be buying a little bit of time now for Bob Reynolds. Yankees with 3 runs on 10 hits. Tigers no runs on 5 hits. Thurman Munson is 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and struck out. Runners at first and third. And Munson runs up to bunt. Safety squeeze, evidently, as Johnson was not running in from third. 1 ball and no strikes. Rich Coggins is on deck. Lolich comes set, and the pitch. Munson swings. It's a fly ball to center field. Alex Johnson tags up. Stanley makes the catch. Here comes Johnson. And the throw will be cut off by the shortstop, Reiser, and the Yankees lead 4-0. Thurman Munson, with a sacrifice fly, drives in run number 4. 2 down, and Rich Coggins comes on to bat. Coggins ran for Bobby Bonds after Bonds led off the 7th inning with a triple. So Coggins coming to bat for the first time as a Yankee. He has a career batting average in the American League of .282, compiled with Baltimore over 2 full seasons and parts of one other. For a part of one other. Left-hand hitter. And the pitch to him. Right over from Lolich. Breaking ball, strike 1. Coggins didn't get here till fairly late last night. They were looking for him in Memphis and found him in Montreal. So I'm told. Right, Tom? Next pitch. Down low with a breaking ball, 1-1. Has good speed, good bat. Runner at first, 2 down. Lolich's pitch, foul back. 2 strikes. White at first, Pierce holding him on. Yankees in front. 4-0. Lolich comes set. And the 1-2 pitch. Low and outside, a breaking ball. Tomorrow afternoon, Yankee warm-up show at 1:15. Game broadcast at 1:25. And the pitch here. Line drive caught by the third baseman Rodriguez to retire the side. He caught it right off his shoe top. But the Yankees come up with 2 runs on 3 base hits. There were no errors and a man left. In the middle of the 8th inning, it's the Yankees 4 and the Tigers nothing.
How would you like to get a free boxing lesson from Rocky Graziano? All you got to do is to say to me that somebody will give you a better auto transmission service than Lee Miles. All you got to do is to say that somebody will give you a finer job at lower cost than Lee Miles. And I'll give you a free boxing lesson. A left hook right in La Banza. Pow! This offer is good at all Lee Miles auto transmission centers.
Lee Miles, established in 1948, is the oldest transmission chain in the country. Transmissions are their only business at Lee Miles, and coast to coast they offer a 100% guarantee on parts and labor. Financing is available on approved credit, and Bank Americard and MasterCharge are accepted. The Lee Miles Transmission Center for the Capital District is on Route 9, a half-mile north of the Latham Circle. See them today and ask about your free Check 11. Lee Miles is wholly owned by Transconverter Industries.
Move on to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Tigers have Rodriguez, Walkenfuss, and Verizon due up. Aurelio Rodriguez has a bunt single and a strikeout. Pat Dobson pitching a masterful ball game for the Yankees this afternoon. He's walked only 1, struck out 4, and allowed 4 singles and 1 double. The Yankees have backed him up with 2 double plays. So he's faced only 3 men over the minimum so far. He is ready to work, and the pitch. Swung on and fouled back off the mask of the plate umpire, Armando Rodriguez. Armando felt that when he's taken a moment or 2 to shake it off. And the 0-1 pitch. Right in for a called strike. Slider from Dobson. Yankees lead 4-0. No balls and 2 strikes to Aurelio Rodriguez, right-hand hitter. The Dauber rocks and fires, and the pitch is bounced past the mound, base hit into center field. Ball bounced right over Dobson's right shoulder. So that is base hit number 6, and the batter will be the catcher, John Walkenfuss. Walkenfuss has grounded into a double play and flied out to center. Tiger fans come alive with the leadoff man on. And Dobson's pitch swung on and fouled back. Walkenfuss took a mighty cut on it. Fouled it straight back off the screen. Dobson takes his time with a runner at first. Chambliss is guarding the line and not holding Rodriguez on. Brinkman deep in the hole at shortstop. Alomar shades towards second. Nettles is backed off. Jerry Whitfield in right field shades towards center, and the pitch is grounded to short. Brinkman has, flips to Alomar out at second, back to first, double play. The Yankees turn over their third double play of the ball game. 6-4-3. Two down, and the batter will be Tom Verizon. We told you Whitfield went down to loosen up, and he has replaced Alex Johnson in the outfield. Verizon has popped up and bounced back to the pitcher, Dobson. And the first pitch to him, he swings and fouls it down. And back, strike one. At the end of 8 innings in Baltimore, the Orioles lead 3-0. Jim Palmer pitching a shutout. And at the end of 8 in Chicago, it's Minnesota 8 and the White Sox 3. The Dabber deals to Verizon. Fastball outside. Next pitch coming. Hit on the ground, foul outside of third. One ball and 2 strikes. Montreal leads Philadelphia now 4-1 at the end of 7 in Philadelphia. The Mets 3 and the Pirates nothing at the end of 6 at Shea Stadium. Right here, the Yankees lead 4-0, and Dobson's pitch to Verizon popped up. In comes Nettles from third toward the mound. He's under it, and Nettles puts it away to retire the side. For the Tigers in the 8th, no runs, 1 hit. There were no errors, and with the double play, nobody left. At the end of 8 full innings of play, the score, the Yankees 4 and the Detroit Tigers nothing. Say, why aren't you in Miami Beach right this minute? Is there anyone you know who isn't going or hasn't been there? Miami Beach is where the action is, and where the action is in Miami Beach is at the Montmartre Hotel. The Montmartre Hotel is big. It's gorgeous. It has 3 pools, a big cabana club where you'll meet old friends and make lots of new ones. 500 feet of private beach, white sand, tropical gardens, and something that makes the Montmartre uniquely the Montmartre, the French touch. That means great food, elegant decor, lush, plush carpeting, and service with the European touch. The Montmartre combines the feel and flavor of the French Riviera with excitement that only could be Miami Beach. And the Montmartre is moderately priced. Come enjoy the free golfing, go marlin fishing, dance away the night, and bring the kiddies because we have supervised entertainment and counseling for them so you can be free to enjoy yourself. For reservations, call 800-327-4737. Again, the toll-free number is 800-327-4737. Or for a free brochure, write the Montmartre Hotel, Miami Beach, Florida, 33140 47th Street on the ocean. Ninth inning. Greg Nettles will lead off. It'll be Nettles, then Chambliss, and then Brinkman. The paid attendance this afternoon, 19,780. Good crowd. Pitch to Nettles, swung on and missed. Fastball from Mickey Lolich. Yes, sir, 19,780. Next pitch coming. Nettles swings and misses at a slow curve. Strike 2. They have a reduced rate crowd here this afternoon. Next pitch to Nettles, hit on the ground at third base, charging Rodriguez. He has near the bag, fires across in time. Nettles is out, 1 away. So Greg is now 2 for 4. And the batter, Chris Chambliss. Chris is 0 for 2, batted in a run with a sacrifice fly. Ladies of all ages, boys 14 and under, and retirees admitted for 50 cents to the upper deck today. But a nice crowd, just under 20,000. First pitch to Chambliss, in for a called strike. He swings on this one, lofts a fly ball to left center. Stanley, the center fielder, over to his right. He's there, and he makes the catch, and there are 2 down. That brings up Eddie Brinkman. Brinkman knocked in the first Yankee run back in the second inning with a base hit off the knee of Mickey Lolich. Since then, he has struck out and popped to the first baseman, Pierce. Lolich delivers, and Brinkman takes a strike. Fastball grazed the outside part of the plate. Yankees out in front, 4-0. Top half of the 9th inning. Lolich rocks over the rubber, and the curveball is hit right back to the pitcher on one hop. He spins, throws on to first base to retire the side. The Yankees go down 1-2-3, and at the end of 8.5 innings, the score is New York 4 and Detroit nothing.
Now's the time to have your home air conditioned. You know, days with temperatures of 80 degrees and more have been around, and they aren't very comfortable, and they're going to be around for the entire summer. R.D. Marshall has been supplying dealers in the area with air conditioning equipment for 30 years. They know, just like you know and everybody else knows, that every home is different. And your Tappan dealer will see to it that the air conditioning system put in your home fits your needs and will do the job best. You can stay cool this summer with air conditioning in your home, the most efficient and economical system that Tappan has ever made. Air conditioning is also a good capital investment in your home. And you know what? It's the best dehumidifier you can get. So you see your local Tappan dealer soon, because now is the time to have it installed. Tell you what we'll do. You call us here at WQBK, and we'll get you in touch with the Tappan dealer nearest you. And, of course, there is no obligation whatsoever. Our number is 462-5555. You call us. Let your Tappan dealer give you a free estimate on air conditioning your home.
We go to the bottom half of the 9th inning, the top of the order coming up for the Detroit Tigers. Stanley, Sutherland, and Meyer. Stanley is 2 for 3, singled in the first inning, then fly to right and doubled to left field in the 6th. Right-hand batter. They shade him to the left side on the infield, and he bunts and foul tips it off the mitt of Thurman Munson. No balls and a strike on Stanley. Yankees in front, 4-0. Dobson rocks and deals. Stanley fouls one back in the upper deck. And 2 strikes to Mickey Stanley. And Dobson's next pitch swung on and drilled deep but foul to left field. In the upper deck, but a foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Dobson's pitch, overhand curve in on the ground to third. Nettles puts it, and Stanley will be safe. An error will be charged to Nettles. And Stanley is on. It brings up Gary Sutherland. Chambliss will play behind the base runner. So there's one on, nobody out. Sutherland has grounded out to second, flied to right, and walked. Dobson holds the set and now releases inside. Ball one. Munson goes out to talk to Dobson. And Dick Tidrow will start warming up in the Yankee bullpen along with Sparky Lyle. Tidrow and Lyle in the bullpen. First bullpen activity of the afternoon for the Yankees. Bob Reynolds warmed up earlier for the Detroit Tigers. Dobson comes set and steps off the rubber. Set again, and here's his pitch. Taken for a strike, a breaking ball. 1-1. Dobson working very deliberately. Looks into Munson. Set again. And the next pitch. Low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Yankees lead it 4-0. Dobson would like to pick up his second shutout of the year. If he does, it would extend his winning streak to 6 games. Next pitch. Line drive down the right side. Foul ball. Sliced foul at the last moment by about a foot. And 2 strikes on Gary Sutherland. Dobson keeps the ball in his glove. Right hand behind his right hip. Doesn't take the ball out until he's ready to pitch. He comes set, and his delivery. Fastball low and away. Full count, 3-2. Nobody out. Runner at first. Dobson's next pitch. Line drive, base hit into left field. Stanley moves down to second and holds on as Roy White throws in to Brinkman. And now the Tigers have runners at first and second. Nobody out on the left-hand hitting Dan Meyer, the batter. Meyer is 0 for 3 in the ball game. He's tried to right, grounded to second twice. Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network.
This is WQBK Rensselaer at 1300 on your dial, where you'll find me, John Watson, following Steve Fitz. I'll be here from 4 until close-up time weekdays with talk and music. And on Saturday mornings, it's all music in John's world, from 6 until 11 on WQBK.
Dobson comes set, checks second, and the pitch. Down low, breaking ball. Sparky Lyle and Dick Tidrow warming up in a hurry down in the Yankee bullpen. Dobson's next pitch, low, ball 3. This is only the second time in the ball game the Tigers have had a runner as far as second base. And there's a ground ball to first. Chambliss goes to Brinkman out at second, no throw back. On the play, Stanley moved to third. Sutherland is out, 3-6. And Dan Meyer is on the fourth play. The batter is Willie Horton. Leon Roberts on deck. Munson out at the mound to talk to Dobson. Now Terry Whitfield runs over from right field to center to talk to Walt Williams. Possibly getting some idea how to play on Horton. They'll play him to full. directs traffic, positions the outfielders. Alomar himself sets up almost behind second. Brinkman goes back in the left field grass, better than halfway between second and third. Chambliss is guarding the first base line. And the pitch. Taken low and away, ball one. Yankees lead 4-0. The Tigers have runners at first and third with one out. The Yankees have turned over 3 double plays in the ball game. Willie Horton crowds the plate. Dobson starts his stretch. And the pitch. Fastball low and outside. We have 2 finals. Baltimore has shut out Boston 3-0. Jim Palmer getting the win. And also final, Minnesota 8 and Chicago 3. Palmer pitched a 5-hitter for the shutout. He is now 12-3. Dobson ready to Horton. Here it is. Swung on and hit in the air to fairly shallow right. Whitfield is under it. Stanley is tagged up. And now Whitfield throws to second and Stanley comes home. Stanley was not going to try it. He started, stopped. Whitfield threw to second base, and then Stanley started again and he comes home. So Horton gets the run in with a sacrifice fly. There are 2 down. Dobson's shutout goes by the boards when Leon Roberts is the batter. At the end of 8 innings, Montreal 5 and Philadelphia 1. Pirates scored 3 runs in the 7th to tie the Mets 3-3. To Roberts, low with a curve, ball 1. Roberts is 0 for 3, fly to center, struck out, and grounded into a double play started by Greg Nettles. Minnesota has defeated Chicago 8-3. Bill Campbell the winner 1-3, and Jim Cott the loser 10-4. The pitch to Roberts. Curve is over, strike called. Palmer won that ball game for Baltimore. Dick Cole was the loser. Cole is now 1-3. Right here, the Yankees lead by a score of 4-1. 2 outs in the 9th, and Roberts punts. No, he took the bat away. Ran across the plate, but took the bat away, and plate umpire Armando Rodriguez says it's ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Brinkman again back in the left field grass on Leon Roberts. Dobson's pitch, swung on, bounced to short. Brinkman has on the second hop, throws to second for the 4th, and the ball game is over. Pat Dobson asked Alomar to give him the baseball, and the Yankees pick up the win by a score of 4-1. I'll be back in 1 minute with the totals on the recap. The final score again, New York 4 and Detroit 1.
Some, only greatness is good enough. They dream bigger, set their sights higher, and work a lot harder. The brewers of Schaefer Beer have worked their dreams since 1842, perfecting a beer with the rare quality of flavor that never fades.
Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. More than one. Schaefer pleasure doesn't fade even when you're thirsty.
Among America's great premium lagers, the one that came first is still the one that always delivers, the one that comes through glass after glass.
Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Here are your totals on the ball game for the New York Yankees. 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 4 men left on base. For the Detroit Tigers, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors, and 5 men left on base. Dobson had the shutout until the unearned run in the ninth, following an error by Greg Nettles at third on a ground ball by Stanley. Sutherland with a base hit. Meyer grounded into a force out. Horton hit a fly ball to right field, and Stanley scored after the catch. The winning pitcher is Pat Dobson. His record is now 8 wins and 5 losses. That is Pat's 6th straight victory and his 6th complete game of the year. The losing pitcher is Mickey Lolich. He went the distance, and his record is now 7 wins and 5 losses. I'll be back with more about this ball game in just 1 minute.